Imagine flying a fighter plane during World War II. Suddenly, something shoots past you so fast it barely looks like an aircraft. No propeller, no jet sound, just a blur of fire and speed. Allied pilots reported it on the radio again and again. That thing isn't flying, it's launching. That aircraft was the Messerschmitt Me 163 Komet, the only rocket-powered fighter aircraft ever used in real combat. And patrolling the same skies was its complete opposite, America's legendary P-51 Mustang, the long-range escort fighter that helped win the air war over Europe. Today's story is not just about speed versus firepower, it's about experimental madness versus practical dominance. This is the incredible story of when the Me 163 faced the P-51 Mustang. Chapter 1. The birth of the Me 163 Komet. In the early 1940s, Germany was desperate. Allied bombers were destroying factories, cities, and military infrastructure. Traditional fighter planes were struggling to climb fast enough to intercept them. So German engineers asked a radical question. What if a fighter didn't fly? What if it rocketed into the sky? That idea gave birth to the Messerschmitt Me 163 Komet. It was unlike anything the world had ever seen. No propeller, no jet engine, no long flight time. Instead, it used a liquid-fueled rocket engine. The result was terrifying. Top speed over 1,000 kilometers per hour, 620 miles per hour. Climb rate faster than any aircraft of its time. Roll, interceptor, destroy bombers, then land immediately. For Allied pilots, the Me 163 felt supernatural. Chapter 2. Why the Me 163 was so fast. The secret was its rocket engine. Unlike propeller aircraft that needed air to generate thrust, the Me 163 carried its own oxidizer and fuel. This meant no power loss at high altitude, insane acceleration, vertical climb capabilities. The Me 163 could climb from the runway to bomber altitude in under 3 minutes. Bombers flying at 30,000 feet barely had time to react. Pilots described seeing an Me 163 approach head-on, fire its cannons, and disappear upward before anyone could aim properly. Allied bomber crews nicknamed it the Flaming Bat, the Devil's Rocket. But speed came at a terrifying cost. Warning. Chapter 3. The deadliest fighter to its own pilots. The Me 163 wasn't just dangerous to the enemy, it was deadly to the person flying it. Its fuel system used two chemicals, T-Stoff and C-Stoff. If these touched, even accidentally, they exploded instantly. Fuel leaks killed pilots on the runway. Hard landings dissolved aircraft frames. Some pilots melted inside their own cockpits. Even worse, the engine only ran for 7 to 8 minutes. After that, the Me 163 became a glider. No engine, no second chance, no escape. Landing was performed on a skid, not wheels, making crashes extremely common. In many units, more pilots died in training accidents than in combat. Chapter 4. Enter the P-51 Mustang. While Germany experimented with rocket aircraft, the United States focused on reliability. The P-51 Mustang became the backbone of Allied air power. It wasn't the fastest, it wasn't the most heavily armored, but it was perfectly balanced. Key advantages of the P-51: long-range capability, exceptional maneuverability, powerful Merlin engine, heavy machine gun armament. With drop tanks, the P-51 could escort bombers all the way to Berlin and back. That single capability changed the war. German fighters could no longer attack bombers freely. Every bomber formation had armed guardians. The Mustang earned its nickname, the King of the Skies. Chapter 5. Did the Me 163 and P-51 Mustang actually fight? This is the most important question. Did the fastest aircraft in history ever truly battle the most effective fighter of World War II? The answer is yes, but not how you'd expect. In a direct dogfight, the P-51 could not catch the Me 163. The Me 163 could not stay long enough to fight. The Komet attacked like this: rocket climb, one high-speed firing pass, engine cutoff, glide back to base. But Allied pilots learned quickly. They didn't chase the Me 163 up, they waited. Once the rocket burned out, the Me 163 slowed down dramatically. P-51 pilots would then dive from altitude, attack the gliding Komet, and destroy it before it could land. Several Me-163s were lost this way. Speed alone wasn't enough. Chapter 6. Combat Results. Who won? On paper, the Me-163 looked unstoppable, but reality told a different story. Me-163 combat record. Very few confirmed bomber kills, extremely high accident rate, limited operational impact. P-51 combat record. Thousands of aircraft destroyed, air superiority achieved, bombing campaigns protected. The Me-163 was revolutionary, but unreliable. The P-51 was conventional, but devastatingly effective. History made its decision clear. The P-51 Mustang won the air war. Chapter 7. Why the Me-163 failed. The Me-163 failed not because it was slow or weak, but because it was too extreme. Reasons for failure: 1. Extremely dangerous fuel. 2. Very short combat time. 3. Difficult and deadly landings. 4. High training losses. 5. Too late in the war. It was a technological leap, but war rewards consistency, not experiments. Conclusion: speed versus strategy. The Me-163 showed the future. The P-51 won the present. Rocket fighters would return decades later, but with safer fuels, better materials, and smarter designs. World War II proved one timeless lesson. The best weapon is not the fastest, it's the one that works every single time. If you enjoyed the story, like the video, comment your favorite World War II aircraft, and subscribe for more untold aviation history.